I have to put next my mucus. I can't do this much longer. Ah,
Bum-ba-da-ba-dum-bum. Bum-ba-da-ba-dum-bum. You all right?
I might not last today.
You want some water?
I have water. That don't help. Some guy heard me at classes. He said, "Well, you have bad asthma." He said, "I do too, but I have emphysema with it, so I'll probably die from it." I said, "Well, that's nice to know."
Okay. When are you leaving? You're right. Mm-hmm. Or anything else. You said it. Isn't that amazing? And welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Without you, it's just me and the cast of characters running our mouths. So you make it the show. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being a part of it. I have a rant. My little monologue here today is going to be short, but very pointed. Okay, your president is in Puerto Rico now. He's been saying for days everything's going great. No problem. FEMA's doing a great job. Our military is doing a great job. But then every TV network that's on the ground is showing just the opposite. So you can only ask the question, what does he know that we don't? No, the better question is, we know more than he does, or he's just a bold-faced liar. Yes, your president has no credibility because everything that comes out of his mouth is just not true. You can't say what we're seeing is not true. You can't say that, Mr. President. When the TV cameras are interviewing people and they say, we have received zero, not a little bit, but zero. We have no communication, no electric, no water, no food. We have received zero from FEMA or anybody else for that matter. The American Red Cross. Nothing. So how in the hell can you say everything's going good? No, Mr. President, that's not presidential to lie. It's not presidential when you don't know what you're talking about. Or if you know, you're just going to go out and say, hey, everything's cool. You're doing a good job, Brownie. You know, isn't it bad when you wish you had President Bush back? That's bad. But this guy is worse than any president in my lifetime. I can't talk about anything prior to, what's his name? Before Kennedy was, what's his name? General Dwight Douglas Eisenhower. I can remember him. Anything before that, I don't know anything about it. At least not through my eyes. Of course, I know the history that we have been given, written by historians or people giving their slant on it, but I can tell you this. This is the weirdest guy that's ever been in the White House in my lifetime. He seems to have his own view on everything and is so distorted and twisted. It is nothing like most people in this country are seeing. And those that are, you are in the same bucket with him. You're nuts too, just like that jackass that killed all those people in Las Vegas. Let me be perfectly clear. He very well have had some mental issues, but he's a freaking terrorist. He terrorized this country and everybody that was there at that concert. What was it, 20, 25,000 people out there? Whatever the number was, you know, they always exaggerate those concerts, but whatever the number was, whatever the number was,
22,000.
22,000. 59 dead, 527 injured. For what? All for what? We may never know what was really inside of this guy's mind because he's dead. Killed himself, what they're telling us. So we will never know. Unless he left something behind. What's the chance of that? Maybe, maybe not. But he had how many guns? 23 guns in that hotel room? Broke out two windows.
I thought he had 45.
45 total?
That's what I thought.
Yeah, the rest of them were at his home.
Oh, maybe that's it.
So why in the hell, why are you on that microphone? You flipped on me.
No, you gave me this microphone.
I didn't give it to you.
Yes, you did. You put it right in front of me.
You know what? You're going to get a spanking before the show is over.
He's lying, you guys. You put it right in front of me.
No, I pushed it over there. You pulled it in front
No,
of me.
I didn't. You
You're
put
always
it right
on the
in
blue
front of
mic.
me. But you put this in front of me.
Ah, okay.
I'm not going to argue about some dumbass microphone.
You're going to get in trouble today. I got my whip over here. But anyway, getting back to my rant here. This guy is nothing more than a terrorist. Why is it every time somebody who is not of color, when they do something, they're just crazy? You're right. Anybody that does anything like that is crazy. I'm not going to knock that down. But he's a terrorist. He terrorized those people out there. People are still shaking and crying and emotional. Young people, old people were killed. And now we're seeing faces and names of those victims. That really brings it home when you see a nice, beautiful person that's now dead because of some jackass with automatic weapons, which have been banned. And, you know, we're sitting here listening to the TV people talking about, well, whether or not it was modified or not. It doesn't matter. He had possession of automatic weapons and he killed people and injured people and terrorized this country. People all over the world now are saying, oh, shit, what's next? And that's a legitimate concern. Seems like every time something like this happens, it doesn't get better. It's worse. So, folks, live every day as if it's your last, because you just don't know. Those innocent people out there at a concert. Does not matter to me what type of music it was. It was a concert. People out having fun, drinking beer, out there with their family members, kids. Horrible. Horrible. When will it end?
Well, the thing is nobody's paying attention to the injured. There's people that'll never walk again.
Oh, yeah.
There was a girl, her eyeball was just shot right out. There's horrible stuff with people that, and there are people that are still might not make it. It's just, I mean, I was reading a story about people that were out there, and he was a sheriff, and he told his wife to run. He was going to go help people. Well, then he couldn't find her. Well, today they announced that they found her dead.
She's one of the 59? Apparently, yes. That's a shame. See, folks, when is it going to end? We have to end this madness. We have to end the killing. It's got to end. It's not gonna end until we put some time and effort into mental health. Because anybody that does anything like this is
Well,
discouraged.
I don't think it's going to get better because he's messing with North Korea. I think
Well,
this president has brought out so much hate
Well, that's
that
true.
it's frightening. I mean, he's in Puerto Rico, and he's insulting them in their own country. He's a horrible person.
Yeah, he is that.
I mean, how are you going to go over there and tell them, oh, well, this disaster isn't as bad as Katrina? He said that to them.
Oh,
He totally sat there and
either he
insulted
is
them.
stupid or he thinks we are. It doesn't matter if it was worse or not. It is. I mean, it's an island, so it makes it more difficult to get help in there. They have no electric, no water, no food. 3.5 million people. All of them are affected by it, not just some.
I was trying to tell you what he was saying to them. He said, I hate to tell you, Puerto Rico, but you've thrown our budget a little out of whack. He said that. He told them that. And then he went in to tell them that this is nothing compared to Katrina. What the hell is he talking about? I mean, get this man out of office. I can't even stand it.
We've had 3 locations, as far as I'm concerned, if you want to do a comparison. When you talk about the number of people and the land, the mass that was affected, the Houston thing was big, huge. The Florida thing was massive. Never have we had a hurricane that's covered the entire state, from the Keys to Panama, not Panama, but all the way up to the Panhandle, all the way to Jacksonville. The entire state was affected by it. In my lifetime, hurricanes have come across the southern part of Florida. They've come across the central part, the northern part, the west coast, the east coast, but not the entire state. Not in my lifetime. Maybe it's happened before, but not in my lifetime. Not that I recall. So, the entire island of Puerto Rico was slammed. Not just a piece of it, not the northern shore like Cuba, the entire island. Everybody is feeling the pain on that island. Transportation is still a problem. Electric is still a problem. The electrical grid is down. What little bit of electric they're getting here and there, sporadically, you can't count on it. Cell phone towers are still down, so the communication is horrible or non-existent.
Well, another country, I believe, has went in there. I don't know. Maybe Chris knows. I think Germany or somebody, they've came in with some type of power thing, they said.
Really?
And I think I read where a company from here, we are helping. If they think billionaires aren't helping, they are.
Yep.
They're sending planes because I've heard a lot of people insulting rich people. I go, wait a minute. They're sending planes, their planes, filling it up. So everybody's helping.
Sure.
It's Trump.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's obvious that the government efforts to the citizens there in Puerto Rico it still lacks luster. There's no question about that. And with all the capabilities that we have, I was watching CNN this morning and they were showing a couple of trucks, or a truck that was loaded, flatbed truck with pallets of food and supplies and what have you. And they made 2 stops. Half of the truck went to one stop, and the second stop got the other half of the truck. But it wasn't like it was an 18-wheeler packed from front to back. It was a flatbed with, 8, 10 pallets or whatever of stuff on it. So at the end of the second trip, there's lines and lines of people still in line to get food and water. And I said, I'm sorry, all gone. And people standing there. And the food that they're getting, it's just basic survival stuff. You got a can of Vienna sausages, some crackers, and 1 or 2 other things in there. Some
Is that from
granola
us?
bar.
Is that from FEMA?
Yeah, that's FEMA.
Well, I know Americans are really helping other Americans.
Oh, I'm sure that the individuals and other small organizations are sending over higher quality, maybe not as much in terms of quantity, but people are doing things individually. Those that can afford to do it are. But you got 3.5 million people to service, to help. This is a massive undertaking. And we still don't hear too much about what's going on down in the islands, the Virgin Islands. That's a U.S. territory. What's happening there? Nobody's talking about it. Chris, are you there? What's up? How you doing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 500. Yeah. Right.
They don't want to call him a terrorist, though. Didn't you hear Trump's speech? He didn't call him a terrorist.
Mm-hmm.
They want to call him mental. And it's funny because all that happens here, it's all white people that do it. I mean, look at the white kid that shot up the black church. They took him to eat, at Burger King after? Yeah, can you believe that?
Unbelievable.
Something's got to change. These people
Well,
are not going to get over this, that we're running from that. And I mean, there's one black kid, I think from Anaheim or somewhere, was helping people, getting them under cars, and he's shot in the neck, and they don't know if they can ever get that bullet out of there.
yeah, there are going to be people that are maimed for life.
Well, there's people, it was their only child.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
There's a mother that
it's
was
like
killed.
they were right with that newswoman, or she wasn't news, she was a vice president of, I guess, legal at CBS,
Yeah.
made the comment like, oh, because Republicans like country western, she don't feel nothing for these people. Now, that's wrong.
Yeah, that's
That
right.
is totally wrong.
They're um, I don't know why they can't. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah. I see your okay. Give me a little talk. Yeah. Yeah, you're going out. You're starting to crack a little bit, but we can hear you.
Now, Chris, didn't he cause that problem in Puerto Rico where they're in debt because of something he was building there? And there was something he did, and he pulled out. I don't know. They keep saying something about he was going to put there or something that happened. He brought that debt there. Yeah, Alpha would know.
Maybe they can't hear you, Chris. Talk a little more. Yeah, why aren't you going through? That's whack.
Is that your new word? Whack?
Whack?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's whack.
His new word.
It's no word. It's wacky. That's whack. What's
Wasn't
wrong
that
with you?
sad
Whack.
about Tom Petty? And I wanted to go to that concert, and I don't know why I thought it was this week.
He was scheduled to perform here?
He performed here, I think it was last week. I thought it was
Oh.
this week.
Oh, I see the problem. But why is it doing that? Oh. Microphone input. Okay. Nice. Okay, let me make a little switch here, folks. And then we're going to fix the problemo in just a second, so we can get Chris to be heard. There was one cable that had been moved around. I had to make some changes around here a few days ago. And that's what caused that issue. Default mic. Do-do-do-do. Okay. Got to make a little audio change here. Record. I may have to stop the stream and start over to make this work. That might be the situation. All right, yeah. Okay, folks, hang on a second here. I'm going to have to stop the video stream here. If you're listening to us on our website, it shouldn't be any problem. But we're going to stop the stream and we'll be right back, so don't go away. We won't talk about you while we're gone, okay? Hang in. All right, let me get these streams back up.
Well, all right. Right.
Cool and the Gangster.
Yeah, that whole thing with the shooter, man, was just BR, trying to understand. And,
Yeah.
And you know what? I really felt sorry for his brother Eric when they interviewed him outside his home, and he's trying to process everything about his brother, and like he said, everything, all his devices are going off at one time, telling about his brother being dead and killing all these people in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, let me get these other streams up here before we get back into our chit chat here.
Yeah.
All right, so one last one here. All right. Okay. All right, I think we're back. Thank you for being patient. This is Lee Michaels Show, 10/3/17, Part 2. Okay. And welcome to the show, Chris Bass.
And thank you. I always like to be welcome. Thank you very much, sir.
Absolutely. So we've been talking about the president, and we've been talking about, the fact that he's in Puerto Rico today and getting a bird's eye view of what's really going on. Now, will he come back and say something different? Wow, this is more catastrophic than I was
told or than I could imagine. And now I have a better scope of what's going on. And we now have adjusted our plan. And now things will get a lot better, a lot faster. Will he say that?
I don't think he has it in him. I
don't
really
think so either.
No, because we've seen this before with other tragedies, unfortunately, in this country and beyond. And then once again, he has no sympathy. Like, for example, we was covering the shooter yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things he said during his speech was about that. We are joined together in sadness, shock, and grief. He never said that about Charlottesville, Virginia. Never said about that at all. I mean, this was also sadness, shock, and grief. So what I said before is selective, compassion.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
And it should be for all of us, not selective people.
That's right. I would expect the President of the United States to obviously give condolences and well wishes and prayers to the victims and the people who lost their lives, and to the families of the victims. And then you go on and say, this is unacceptable behavior for anybody in America to do anything like this. This is not who we are. We're not going to stand for it. And for all of those who are thinking about doing some heinous acts like this, understand, we will root you out and destroy you. It will no longer be tolerated for any kind of behavior like this. You can take a strong position without sounding like an idiot. Now, I just pulled this off the top of my head. And if I were to write that down and look at it, I would probably change some words around. But, I mean, the stuff that comes out of his pie hole is just like, you go, huh? That's the president? Or, Mickey Mouse. What is this? And he's trying to sound all sad and everything. Why didn't he say, this man acted very un-American? We don't do this. We will find out more about who this person is, but understand this. Not on my watch. Be strong. Be powerful. Be bodacious. But he didn't say any of that. He says, we're doing a great job down in Puerto Rico. Everything's great. We're doing great. Everything's wonderful. No, it isn't. And all of that he says about Puerto Rico, and he downplays this disaster in Las Vegas, is all imaging, making sure that he looks good. Well, guess what? 45. I'm going to start calling him Colt 45. It makes us look bad. I don't give a damn about your image. It makes America look bad. And we're going to lose allies and people who look up to us because we're acting very different and un-American. And listen, there are probably people out there saying, well, that Lee Michaels guy, he must not be a real patriot. Bullshit. Ain't got nothing to do with it. But I'm an honest person about bad behavior. And when we do wrong, we have to criticize ourselves for doing wrong. It's okay to do that. It's not okay to sweep it under the carpet and say, oh, it doesn't exist. You didn't really see that. No. I don't subscribe to that. I subscribe to when you're doing great, great. Keep doing great. I support that. When you screw up, when you stump your toe, you got to fix it. When you do something wrong, you have to first admit that you did something wrong. And there is a problem. And then go straight to the solution and fix it. Period. There's no other way of looking at that. You can come in with some other ideas and I'll listen to it, but the bottom line, at the end of the day, that's what you got to do. You can pussyfoot around and put some Band-Aid and some Mercurocone and some alcohol on it and clean it up and all of that. At the end of the day, you got to fix the problem with a makes sense solution. That's how that goes. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, well, it makes sense to me, and it makes sense to, I know Carol, it makes sense to Carol and other people, but it doesn't make sense to him and the cronies around him because their whole mindset is about them, the almighty dollar, what's in it for me, and that type of mentality. So whatever mentality is against something else, it's like, whoa, what are you getting upset about? I mean, I'm doing a good job.
Yeah.
And so, when that type of mentality happens, which unfortunately it is, we all suffer from it. And once again, going back to when crisis happens, you don't have to like the president. You just said earlier in the conversation about missing George W. Bush as president. And that says a lot. Because I didn't like him. Other people didn't like him either. But, in comparison, I would go back and get W, somebody that was Republican in that timeline. And it seems as though he had some sort of shock and compassion when 9/11 happened.
Absolutely.
That came off very genuine, despite political being allied. But this, I don't know what to call him, man, child, man, whatever. This particular fellow just is not connected to the pulse of this nation. There is a disconnect that he has because it's all about him. And every time something happens, well, everything's fine. I'm doing the best I can. In fact, I'm doing great. And then go sit there at the press conference in Puerto Rico and grade himself an A+.
Yeah, who does that?
He does because he's an idiot. I mean, once again, the people just, you're disrespecting the president. No, the man in the presidency in the office is not equipped for this position. He can't do it.
No, he doesn't get it.
No, not at all.
And we shouldn't accept that. See, that's the problem I have. And there's a bunch of petitions going around, about impeachment and all that. I mean, why not?
Right.
Why should we hold on to something that makes no common sense?
Real routine is common, everybody would have it. And unfortunately, they don't.
Yeah.
And the real deal also is that in a roundabout way, we do have to start huddling up and start taking care of ourselves and not looking at other people or races or politicians to take care of us. Don't be wrong. There's nothing wrong with, once again, my attitude has always been, be pro your own and not anti anything else.
Mm-hmm.
This president, it's hard to be pro him because he's anti everybody.
Yeah.
He's shown it, once again, like I told people before, even Republicans that I know, and they started to come around a little bit. I said, okay, you know what? Just because we're friends, don't piss my ass, tell me it's raining. Now, doggone well you're embarrassed by this man. You voted for him. You said you did. So just admit that I think you probably made a mistake in your voting here. Now, I got two people that came out and admitted it, and the rest probably won't do it. But it's the fact that, once again, like you said earlier, admit the mistake that you made. Now, once again, like I said before, I told him before, the man showed you who he was already when he was running for the presidency. So this is not a surprise.
Nothing has changed.
Nothing. No, he going to change. Hell, nope. He's in his ways. He might have early dementia. We're not really familiar with his health records because, I remember back when he was running, he had the Dr. Feelgood guy give him a vote of confidence. He probably paid him off, of course, but we really don't know what his mental state is. And going back to our earlier conversations, I think his family is there around him to kind of like, mind the old man.
Yeah.
You got to mind that relative who may walk in the middle of the street, don't know where he or she is.
Yeah, your crazy uncle.
Right, he's that guy.
Well, Dad is kind of crazy, so, we got to stay close to him to keep him out of trouble and run a little interference. But have you noticed, though?
Real quick, I'll say, don't give him any money because he'll go to the store and get a fifth of alcohol.
Yeah, really. See, now, if he would come out and say, okay, listen, I got a little alcohol problem. Alcohol. I might say, okay, well, he's just a drunk. But no, he tells you, I've never had a drink ever in my life. Never.
Sure. Yeah.
So this is real pure stupidity. There's no excuse. There's no drugs, no alcohol, Nothing but pure, uncut stupidity. I don't feel any better about that. It doesn't make me feel any better.
No, me neither.
It's pretty disgusting, and no
Yeah, it
credibility. See that's
No.
my report card. Credibility is on the top line. You got a big fat 0 for credibility because everything you say basically is not true, or it's so hyped up, pumped up. It's nothing but hype. He doesn't need a hype man. He is it.
Don't believe the hype. It's a sequel.
So
Great Chuck D. Public Enemy. Yeah.
So, okay. There are a number of people all over the world donating funds, either through the American Red Cross and other charitable organizations, and eventually those goods and services will get there. And that's a good thing. And I encourage more and more organizations to do something. The churches, Boy Scouts of America, Girl Scouts, Cub Scouts, everybody can pitch in and do something. Do a food drive in your neighborhood, at your church, or your school, and send, a couple of truckloads of stuff over to Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands and other affected areas, not just American, associated islands and countries that were devastated as well. There's one island, what's the name of the island? I can't remember it off the top of my head, but they were completely destroyed and decimated. Just everything. It's one of those little finger islands out there. Trying to remember the name of it. It's an island that I'd never heard of before. A couple of them that came up this time. Barbados, but not Barbados. What is it? Barbada? Yeah, that
Baracas.
I'm saying it again.
Baraka.
Yes, that's one of them. There was a couple of islands that were just destroyed. Yeah. How you doing, Alpha?
The jury's still out on it. Is Carol there?
Yes. She just asked
Hi,
about
Carol.
you.
Hi. That
I
was a
didn't
new
wanna-
hi, huh? Hi.
She's trying to be
I didn't-
sexy for you.
I didn't want to come in such a blue and with such a blue phase with my joke, but it's ugly. You might as well expect it. But it has something to do with shooting victims and all that kind of stuff. But I just haven't thought of a punchline to it. But stay tuned. I'll have it in a couple of weeks. Okay?
Yeah,
Believe
you're working
me.
on it, huh?
Believe me.
I'm sure.
How utterly stupid. And I hear you all talking about Puerto Rico, but day after day, this man confirms that he's not up to the task for this job.
No.
Every day, the Republican Party confirms that, they just pulled the bill, they tabled the bill for silencers on these assault weapons.
That's frightening.
Imagine if he had a silencer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Now, the people who honestly believe in that Second Amendment bovine, I want a gun. Everybody want a gun. But don't nobody want no damn 23 guns and thousands of rounds of ammunition. And what, I mean, this guy had no criminal record. He's said to be a multimillionaire. So what's his problem? What was his problem?
No, it proves that it doesn't matter how much money you have. You can be a terrorist. That's what it really proves.
Yeah.
Oh, you just can't call him a terrorist, Carol.
He is a
white.
terrorist.
He white, Carol. Carol, he white. You can't
I
just call
won't
him
give a
terrorist.
shit what color he is. He's a terrorist. And they
Carol's
continue to
upset.
not want to call him a terrorist. He's a terrorist.
Well, we don't have to wait for somebody else to call him that. We call him a terrorist.
I mean,
He
even
is what he
ISIS
is.
has stepped in and said,
right.
"Oh, he did this for us," but he's a terrorist.
What is the definition of being a terrorist? Does
Somebody
he?
that doesn't conform to society and does what they want, and that's what he did. He did not conform to society. He went out and just killed a bunch of people and thought it was okay.
Well, he's a terrorist.
He's a chicken shit asshole.
Oh.
And I hope
wait a
he
minute.
rots in hell.
Jesus, wait a
Carol.
minute.
Oh,
Carol.
yeah.
Wait a minute. Oh, hold up. I resemble that remark. Wait
No,
a
I
minute.
just imagine my kids being at a concert
Yeah,
and
yeah.
having to run. My kids go to concerts. I don't care if it was a country, western, whatever it was. I think it's horrible what he did. Just listening to people's stories makes you want to cry.
It does.
I mean, one girl shot in her
Heart-wrenching.
eyeball, knocked out. They don't even know how many people. There's people that'll never walk in life over this shit. So
That's right.
he's a horrible
Traumatized
man.
for life.
I mean, even his family, if you watch them, they can't figure it out. This man owned apartment buildings. Just because he owns something, that doesn't mean he can't be a terrorist.
Well,
Look at this
they gotta
idiot
put
running our country.
Yeah, they're trying to put a happy face on it. Well, he wasn't a bad guy. No, bullshit.
Yes, he was
You
a
killed
bad guy.
59 people and wounded 527 that we know of right now. Hey, by the way, Carol, I got some good news for you. I know you like good news.
You're giving me a bib?
Giving you a what?
A bib, because I'm dropping stuff.
Yeah, really. You are having trouble eating today. Your boyfriend's in town.
Uh-oh.
What boyfriend?
Apollo.
You don't know? He didn't set up a little
Why you say
rendezvous?
Apollo? He's not my
See,
boyfriend.
because you all go back and forth so much.
It's all
like
acting.
lovers, right?
It's all acting.
I'm
no,
I'm
Chance the
anticipating
Rapper.
Lee.
I like Chance the Rapper,
He's
but
an-
I'm not a person that would go to his concerts. But
Why?
I like him.
Yeah.
I like a lot of people, but it doesn't mean I'm going to sit at their concert. But
Oh.
I respect him.
Okay.
I like to see somebody that went out and didn't go to a label and managed
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
to do this on his own. So hey, more power to him.
He's at the Hollywood Bowl tonight and tomorrow night.
I'm sure it'll be crowded. It's getting to where people like those smaller venues.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, I got to hand it to him. I think he's been great. Is it Chicago? He's helped out with stuff. I mean, I found out yesterday, in fact, I need to tell you this. People are always putting Kim Kardashian down. I had a new client yesterday, and she does cancer research for Children's Hospital and for kids. You know who one of their biggest donators are?
Who?
Kim Kardashian.
See?
And Beyonce. She said Kim Kardashian probably donates more money than anybody. She does benefits, but she just don't put her name out there.
Well, a
So
lot of
she's
artists
really
do that.
not a bad person.
Yeah. She's got a good heart. And there are a lot of celebrity types that do that. And, they're not doing it for the notoriety. They're doing it because they have a passion for that particular situation, whatever it is. Cancer or, child abuse, alcoholism, whatever. And there are a lot of people that donate serious monies and time and resources to various causes. And, God bless them. I do it. I don't make no big deal over it. I make donations almost every other day. A lot of it's small, $5, $10, $20, but I do it because I believe in helping people and trying to bring about a change in my own way. And I was talking to a guy the other day. He was asking. We were talking. Somehow we got on the lottery, and I said, "Yeah, man. If I win 50, 100, $500 million today, I'd be broke tomorrow because I'd give away most of it."
No, I'm not going to let myself be broke now. I'm going to help
Well,
people out. But,
See, I have no fear in being broke because
but all
I've been
those
there.
millions, I mean, you couldn't spend it all anyway in
Yeah,
a
you can.
lifetime. I couldn't.
Well, Lee,
I tell you, I could.
you what. I tell you what.
You'll take it off his hands. Huh?
If you win that much money, just make sure I'm in the
Oh, you be
allocating
Absolutely.
process.
absolutely. Everybody that's touched me in lifetime will get something.
I told him I
I
only
can-
want 10 million.
Oh, geez.
Oh, she
I
put
can
this-
see me and Chris.
Wait a minute.
Pushing each other.
424-227-9461. Now the request line is open. How much money do you want?
Well, I would give you 10 million. That's,
you would?
No, that
All right.
that money you couldn't spend in a lifetime.
Oh, yeah, you can.
I wouldn't give it to people that have said to me if they won,
Mm-hmm.
they wouldn't give. They never mention my name, so it's like I might win one day, and
You're going to give us.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you will.
No, I wouldn't.
You'll give everybody something because that's in your heart.
not everybody.
Yeah, it is.
Not
Yeah,
everybody.
you'll think about it and say, you know what? This ain't going to hurt me.
You know, a lot
That'll
of
do
times
some
people
good.
give to somebody that uses people and they do nothing for you.
Well, that's true.
And they forget about the person that sits and does stuff
but
for
you know
them all
what?
the
But
time.
sometimes you have to set the example and do something.
I'm not going to set the example on that one. I can guarantee you that.
Damn. Okay. Well,
I had a
You gotta
friend
do
get
what you gotta
mad when
do.
I said, she said, well, if I won that 300 million, because that's what she would end up
Mm-hmm.
with, she said, this is what I said, well, you're going to give me 10 million? She said, got kind of mad. Why? Oh, well, you bitch.
I guess you say you don't need. You
What
already
is
got
$10
10
million out of 300 million
Well,
when
know,
you
you're
can't
right.
spend it?
I
And people are
disagree
like,
with
oh,
you on
I'm
that.
going to donate it to charity. I'm going to find
can
my
get-
own charity now.
I could get rid of $300 million in 24 hours
Ooh-wee.
and have no assets left, or whatever I would buy. It wouldn't have any
You know
real
what, you
value
guys,
to it.
you wouldn't see nor hear from Lee again.
Why do you think that?
Because I know how I would be.
You would be there. No,
We
but
would
see,
leave together. We'd be gone.
I
Gone.
I would.
We've talked about this.
I
so.
would be the same Lee that I am today.
You know, you sound like these people. They win 300 million. They go, "Oh, I'm still going to be a janitor at my job."
Well,
it's
I'm
like
not that
you
stupid.
ain't hardly going to be a
No.
janitor at your job.
No, I would.
Oh, hell no.
I would definitely quit my job if I had a job. I mean, you don't need to work, but I'm still going to be the same guy that's clowning.
Yeah, you're
and
going to be the same
having a
guy,
good
but
time and taking care of people.
you're not going to
helping
have to
people.
worry.
But that's great. See, that takes all the stress,
Yeah.
all the day-to-day stuff. If I want to sleep for 2 weeks, and that's fine. You can do that. The freedom, the ability to do whatever you want without any kind of financial stress or worrying about, well, see, what I got to do today, I need to make a couple $100 so I can pay my phone bill. You don't have to worry about that anymore. You put everything on automatic pay.
I ain't going to have a phone. It's all being shut off.
You're going underground.
The
Huh?
underground.
You're going into
They
witness
say
protection
people come
program.
out of the woodwork. That last woman that won, they've had to put security around her place. All of a sudden, she's everybody's best friend.
Of course, yeah.
So you would probably have to disappear a little.
I would.
I mean, because you got some terrible people that would possibly come in and do whatever they could to get that money from you.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
Carol,
going.
before you disappear, someone in the chat room was asking about you. Eddie Cox. Eddie Cox, what's up, mate? How's everything going? Eddie Cox says, why y'all never show Carol? And then he says, put the camera on Carol so I can see how
I don't
pretty
even
she
like
is."
taking pictures. I went out with my friends on, was it Saturday I went out?
Yeah.
I had so much fun, and they were all taking pictures, but I was like, no, leave me out of this. But you know what was hilarious? It was like a bunch of old pimps there, players. I loved it.
You were
I
comfortable
loved
in
it.
that
I
environment.
was
Wait a minute,
very
Sarah, wait a
comfortable.
minute, wait a minute. And you were comfortable, and one of
Very
them touched you.
comfortable because I
And one of them touched you.
no that I
Hell
didn't
no.
I didn't even sit near any. I was with my
Okay.
friends and
I don't mean that. One of them could have walked over and reached
no,
out for
but
your
if
hand.
you ever watched a bunch of players and you see movies, well, I went to player bars, so I'm not going to say
Yeah.
I was a bartender.
Was
And they
pretty
all
Tony
wear
there.
these one hats, and they always have like something in their pocket, like their little, what do you call that, a handkerchief or something. And it'll always have something on it, and they have. So this is what it really, and it was fun. It was a private event, but I really enjoyed it.
Was pretty Tony there.
Who's Pretty Tony?
Pretty Tony from the movie The Mac. Come on. Come
Oh,
on, Carol.
no, these were real. There was a comedian, and she was older because it was an older crowd. Like I said, they were old players. And they wouldn't
Rich,
shut
yeah,
up
Rich.
when she was trying to tell a joke, so she finally got a little, and she said something to them. And she said, oh, look at all those hats out there. And I had already said that to my friends. These are a bunch of old players. She said, we got a bunch of players here. I hope y'all took your Geritol before you came here. Then she talked about men with young women, and she was funny because she dragged on men. That's what she did. So all the women that were there, we enjoyed that.
No, old players are funny.
They were a bunch of old players.
No, it's just hard to listen to you. You remember, like a few years back, I went over to a friend of mine's house. In fact, it was holidays on Christmas, and he had like, of course, his relatives over there. So it was like, hey, Hey, this dude I was telling you about. Yeah. What's up, man? How you doing, man? My name is Richard. I was like, how you doing, sir? Oh, man, hey, that Negro be on the radio, right? Well, okay, Negro, but I'm on the radio, right? Oh, yeah. Sit down and have a little drink with me, man. A little something, a little taste, man. What you tasting, man? Oh, well, whatever you want. Get him a Crown Royal with a couple of Coke backs, and we gonna sip on something. I was like, oh,
Right.
all right. And usually, this dude used pinky finger to point out everything he was doing.
Oh,
Hey,
boy.
bring the drink over here, baby. There you go. Get it going. Have a sip of that, man. And a little Coke back, a little nice egg. And so I was like,
Did he
just to
have
be
his
in
hat
company-
on?
Oh, of course he did. Yeah,
I
and,
get the
purple suit
kick.
to
That's
match.
how you, and the purple suit, huh?
Yeah.
Purple suit. Yeah, purple suit, purple hat.
In the purple car.
I had so much fun just enjoying watching this, and they
Yeah.
were enjoying themselves.
What's the dude in Chicago, the old pimp that everything he wears is green, a green car? What's
Don
his-
Juan.
Don Juan.
Don Juan. Yeah.
Don Juan. Oh my goodness.
Is he still alive?
Archbishop Magic
Nice.
Don Juan.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
good.
Archbishop.
He is a good dude.
Yeah.
Was that Apollo's voice?
Yeah, Apollo just jumped in there. What's up, Apollo?
Ain't no bigger pimp in the world than God, he said.
Who said that?
Archbishop Magic Don Juan. God is the biggest pimp in the world, he said.
Oh, well, that sounds like something he would say. Definitely. How you doing?
I ain't mad at nobody. What y'all doing over there?
Oh, we just we chopped it up a little bit about the president and his bad behavior, of course, and you know what he's doing
Oh, yeah.
or not doing down in Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, and he won't call this guy your uncle that shot up all those people down there in
Ain't none of my
Las
uncle.
Vegas.
That shit don't add up to me. Why, if I were a millionaire, would I want to go shoot up a bunch of people and kill myself? I got millions of dollars. I'm in Vegas. Prostitution is legal. And I got money. Why would I do that? I don't understand that.
I don't either.
He had to be crazy. That's the only thing I can think. And then I thought, but didn't Congress just pass legislation that allows crazy people to have guns?
Yes.
And with a silencer,
Not
How about
yet.
the
The
silence?
silencer, I don't think
The
so.
silence,
yet.
they tabled that bill.
they'll get it.
Yeah,
They-
but they did reverse an Obama era thing that required you to go through a mental health evaluation before you were allowed. Because they said you cannot violate a crazy person's right to bear arms.
Now that in itself is crazy. Now, every
Yeah, I
time that you
know.
turn around when somebody does something like, well, you know, he was a little twisted in the head. Well,
Yeah, you guys
okay.
gave him the gun. You made it easier for him to access the gun.
And in the
If he was crazy.
Yeah.
in the spirit of full
Well, something
disclosure,
happened in his brain.
they also allowed the CHIP program to expire, so 9 million children have no health care now.
Yeah, well, they're gonna kill them with health care or kill them with bullets. One of the way. Yeah, just kill them.
What do you mean these kids have no insurance?
It's the CHIP program.
What is
The
that?
CHIP program was
Yeah,
allowed
that-
the Republicans allowed it to expire.
That was sponsored by Frank Poncherella, I think. Eric Estrada, maybe.
It had a sunset date, and the date came and gone, and the Republican Congress didn't move on it. They didn't bring it up for a vote. They did nothing. The Republican Senate did the same thing. So it expired, leaving 9 million children without health care. Aren't they
Well,
just aren't they just a bunch of softies, huh?
Well, no,
It's a
they're
bunch of
selfish.
sweet guys.
Oh, yeah.
They're selfish assholes, is what they are, and I'm gonna call it the way it is. Here's the
No,
problem.
Lee, you can't call them assholes.
Yeah,
You got to have
too
solutions.
late. I can't rewind. This is a live show. Here's the problem with that. Okay, our congressional members, both House and Senate, have perfect insurance that they don't have to pay for.
Government insurance.
Right. They can get all the health care top notch, 100% free.
But they come to the office.
Right. But you can't have that, Apollo.
No, you
Well,
just do as I say, not as I do, you
Right.
peasant, you.
Right. I'm doing
But
the
he's
heavy
draining the
lifting.
swamp. He's going to drain the swamp.
Ain't no way.
It obviously takes a lot of jet fuel to drain the swamp, I'm finding out, too.
Wow. Unbelievable.
I didn't realize it took that much jet fuel to drain a swamp. Private, not private jet fuel,
Right.
taxpayer jet fuel.
Well, no worries. We've got an abundance of reserve, and he plans to
takes
use all
jet
of
fuel and private servers too. I'm finding out.
it. Oh yeah, yeah. Now, have you noticed there's been no more discussion about the fact that his son-in-law and probably his son,
Kushner.
yeah, were using their private email to do
service.
business with the White
And his
House.
daughter
But,
too.
Lee,
Yeah.
but what don't you understand about that? I don't get it. You
Well-
don't understand that it hasn't come up because it is not being driven by conservative media. And that means
Or any liberal media either.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to duck. They're going to duck and run and hide because they don't want the blowback.
Well, they get their marching orders from the Bilderberg group. That's why they already know what they're supposed to distract us with.
Blowback is blowback.
Yeah, well, see, the
You got-
problem is all these other things have come along, the shootings in Vegas and the Puerto Rican
And that
problem.
shit don't add up. I'm not convinced that shit's not a distraction.
Well, it is a distraction.
Well.
That whether or not it was planned by the government or nothing, I don't know. I'm not going to go down the conspiracy lane on that one, but
It's not a conspiracy. If it, I mean, what everything is a fucking conspiracy. If you really want to define conspiracy,
well, yeah.
everything is a conspiracy.
Okay, so why are people concerned about the fact that the media, the president, nobody's really categorizing this guy as a terrorist because they can't find any ISIS connections? That means you're not a terrorist?
No, because he's white. If he had a beard or was of any type of color, he would be talking terrorists everywhere. Look at the Fox News situation. The first thing Geraldo did was jump up and run his ass down to Puerto Rico and say, I don't see people dying.
Well, how much did they pay the half Puerto Rican, half Jewish reporter to do that? Every
And
whore,
and-
every pimp has a price.
And when you see things like that, it just confirms what I believe and the way I attack it. It's you have to turn into the fight. You have to turn into the war. It's been about talking with them and sitting down and compromising for solutions. They're not looking for solutions. Why didn't Custer say, "Oh, stop shooting. Let's find solutions to this"? Because it was on. It's been on us for over 3 decades. And everybody wants to. But Obama carried an olive branch around. And they stripped it down to a nub and stuck it in his ass. And look at what the middle class has to show for it. Because he wanted to get along with people who hate him. And they still hate him to this day. And they're still doing everything they can to destroy Affordable Care Act. Damn the people. Just like the NRA, damn the killings, damn the dead. You don't fight these people tooth and nail. This isn't a fight. This is a fight of ideology.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't fight fire with fire, you may as well go your ass home. You don't bring a thesaurus and a dictionary to a fucking knife fight,
Well, let me ask you this.
gunfight.
That's a good point.
Hey, Alfo, what do you think about Tina Campbell saying she voted for Mary Mary? That would be the other Campbell. What?
I'm going to put it as nicely as I fuck Tina Campbell. and I say that because of this. I say that because, and I say it that way.
Be honest.
Because
Come on.
you
Don't,
always-
don't hold back.
You always have someone who seems to be inexplicably
Ignorant.
stupid. Well,
Yeah.
stupid. There's one of my favorite things is that when you are dead, you don't know that you are dead. It's difficult only on the other people you leave behind. The same as when you were stupid.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm sitting there thinking he's had multiple marriages. She said she voted for Trump because of his Christian values,
Right.
and I thought, okay, he's had multiple marriages. He has a racist past. He's blatantly vulgar. grabbing women by the pussies, filed bankruptcy 7 times by shitting people out of what he owed them. Those Christian values, either she's been living under a rock or smoking that motherfucker. One of the two. I don't know which one it is.
You know, people see what they want to see, hear what they want to hear, and believe what they want to believe. And that just tells you either she is completely ignorant to the facts or she's just like him. Birds of a feather
where has he
flock
ever
together.
exhibited Christian values, though? I'm trying to find out where he's ever exhibited those publicly for us to see.
But that's the whole point. He doesn't, and people, they want to. This is the very definition. What Trump is doing to the country, and what Tina Campbell and all of the surrogates that he sends out. Notice all of the surrogates. They're gaslighting you. Google gaslighting. And that's what they're doing. They're gaslighting you. And if you allow it to go on without some, not just pushback, some serious pushback, you got to break into calling somebody a MF, calling somebody, F you, the whole the whole 9 yards. Yeah. And when he called Kaepernick that SOB, I'd have started I'd have come out and been on the news talking about his mama, his Klansman daddy, and the whole nine. If you want to go there, if you want to get down in the gutter, let me get my boots on and let's go to the gutter.
Yeah, Hillary's nasty. The mayor of San Juan's nasty. NFL players are son of a bitches. Democrats are losers. Nazis were some fine people up in Charleston, though, and Charlottesville.
There were some decent people out there. Yes.
Yeah, some fine people.
Jews will not replace us. Yeah, blacks will not replace us.
Hell, they already have.
Well, it was always wrong on both sides, and there was always that type of so-called balance that 45 was trying to get out there, and he always has that wink, nudge to people who are the same color as he is. And when we look at that, it's okay. What about the rest of us? I mean, we're all Americans. We're all supposed to be in the same country. What about that? And we don't get that, of course, because he's already shown us what and who he is. So when you know what it is, you shouldn't be surprised at the way he's acting now currently. That's who the man is.
Yeah, these white people shot up and killed, and I'm not trying to put a race on it, but the way he worded it in Nevada, it was tragic and it was evil and it was just. In Puerto Rico, well, they lazy, they ain't doing shit, they didn't prepare for this, and they want everybody else coming here and do their, they don't want everybody else to take care of them. That ain't. You can't plan for a hurricane. What can you plan for?
And the truck drivers got to start driving trucks. So what if they're in the damn mountains trying to fend for their family? So what if they're in such a condition that they can't? That's what the Army is for. We can go all over the world. We can land in a remote place and set up communications.
If Carnival Cruise Lines can send a ship, why can't we send an aircraft carrier down there with some water and groceries on it?
You send 2 aircraft carriers. And like Lieutenant General Henry says, you put an AWACS plane up top to control the air traffic. And you send the Army down there to repair those airfields. You get it moving. This bastard won't bring the Army, and you have to hear Lieutenant General Henry talk about, and he names the agencies in the Army that's all they exist for.
Right.
This is why they are there. And he won't do it, but he suspended the Jones Act for Florida and Texas. But it took him 2.5 weeks to do it for Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And then I don't necessarily call him racist. And you got Paul Ryan sitting talking about, I know what's in his heart. You mother.
Well, who cares what's in his heart? It's about action, okay? Mm-hmm. And when you consistently, day after day, make horrible comments, statements, and then you don't follow up with what really needs to go down, okay? Now listen, I'll give him this. Getting products and services to an island is more difficult than driving some trucks down the interstates that are wide open here in the United States. I'll give him that. But we knew 2 2 weeks in advance that this thing was coming, and looks like a dead on the point hitting Puerto Rico. You had time to plan for this. You say, okay, guys, let's get it cracking. Get the warehouses filled with stuff that's going to have to be exported out of here in a quick, fast, in a rush. In fact, let's get some ships out of harm's way off the coast of the United States so that we can get those boats in there quickly. Within 24 hours after the storm is gone, let's get it cracking. Let's get everything rolling, air and sea.
That's right.
Let's get in there and identify the issues. If there's a communication issue, electrical issues, flooding, let's get all of the assets ready to go. Let's assume this thing is going to be horrible and be prepared.
Well, I think it's Carnival Cruise canceled their cruising, and
Of
they're
course.
bringing stuff over.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, they're sending ships over there.
Yeah.
Sure.
For the people to live in.
That's right.
Trump donates a damn golf trophy to him.
Why don't you use your private plane, sir? And get some people out of there that need to come here for
He ain't
medical
gonna let those
assistance.
people on his plane. You know that.
Well, that's very
I've been
un-American.
on that plane, and it's like a big fancy house up there.
Yeah.
On Trump's plane? You been on Trump's plane
Yeah,
before?
unfortunately,
What were you doing on Trump's plane?
I was with the client.
Wow.
No big deal.
She was a private dancer.
No, I wasn't. I was working.
You need to work on Trump's hair while you're on there. That's what you need to do.
That could be a good client.
You seen the bobby pins where they wrap that shit around and snip it in the back and clip it down?
What do you think is going on his head there, Carol?
This shit's combed in 8 different directions.
I don't know. He's either growing it super long, what he has left, and then he kind of wraps it and sprays it real
Yeah,
heavy.
Yeah.
Google Trump bobby pins and look at how they
I've
pin that
seen
shit
that.
around there.
Yeah.
They wrap that shit around the
But
back.
that's
and
probably
pin
what
it.
I've seen guys do that, where they'll grow what little they have. Watch Lee start growing that hair on top.
Shit.
They'll grow it super long, and they don't tell nobody. And you go to wash the hair, and all of a sudden it just, and you're like, oh,
Yeah, we'll
it'll
come in
be
here.
like a foot long. And because that happened to me when I was an assistant, and this guy had this big bouffant.
Uh-huh.
So when I wore it, just went woof.
Bouffant.
It was like
She was in
12,
Detroit, wasn't she?
Really?
and it was they wrap it and they
Pump
spray it.
waves and shit.
So it's like a pompadour. If you look at his hair, he's doing something. I don't think he's doing plugs though.
No, hell
doesn't
no.
have
But
enough
Joe
hair to
Biden,
do
Joe
plugs.
Biden had some good plugs now.
He had hair, so you have to have hair to do plugs.
You have to take it from your head?
Yes. I just did a guy about 2 months ago. I didn't even notice those plugs. That's how well done they were. I made a ponytail on him. He wanted the man spun.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know he had plugs. I knew he did a lot of face surgery because he looked kind of weird.
David Koresh did. He was
was
a member
tight.
of Hair Club for Men.
No,
You
it
remember
wasn't
David
tight.
Koresh?
He had these big, huge lips, and he put cheek. He looked like if he did anymore, he's not going to look human.
Wow.
But I did
Matter
not.
of fact,
follow.
David Koresh had done commercials for Hair Club for Men before all that shit went down in Waco. And they
I'm
never
about
got
to say, is that the Waco boy? Is that the
he
we
had-
ain't?
Yeah.
Is that
he
the
had done
we
a
ain't coming
commercial.
out?
David Koresh, he had joined Hair Club for Men, and they had done the commercials, and he tagged him and everything. And he said, not only am I a Hair Club member, but I'm also Jesus.
We ain't coming out. Waco.
Drink my Kool-Aid, please.
A lot of Kool-Aid
I
being
don't
served
know
up
if
around
I
here.
don't think he has a piece in there though.
No.
'Cause I've seen it blow where you see his hair's thin. I think he wraps it. I really do.
Yeah, he does. I want to see Melania slap him and watch that shit fly over.
I feel bad for her.
I
Melania
don't.
ain't
Why do you
doing-
No,
feel bad for
I
her?
just do to be married to that asshole.
But that's a choice. She made that
She
choice.
made that choice, and she's stuck in that
Whores,
choice right
whores
now.
sleep with men all the time they're not attracted to. So they
What
can
makes
get
her
money.
a whore? Because she slept with him? What makes her
Because
a
you
whore?
married him for his money. She's
don't know
only
that.
a high-dollar mail-order bride. If he didn't have
when I
money,
was
she
younger,
wouldn't be
I
with
probably
him.
would have married him for his money too. So I guess I'm a
Well,
hoe
then you're
too.
a whore.
No,
I'm a
no,
hoe.
no.
Yeah, you're a
In a
whore.
minute.
Let's
If
keep.
you only go to somebody for financial gain, that's
Hey.
called a whore.
What's the difference? You marry a
Here's
man,
the
marry
diff-
one with
here's the
money.
difference.
Don't marry
But
a
hold
poor
up,
asshole.
hold up, guys. Let's call it what it is. I mean, isn't that kind of superficial? But you're gonna marry somebody because they're wealthy.
Yeah,
No, here-
that's a
here's
whore.
what-
That's what a whore does.
You
They
know, let
me
exchange
say
money for their time.
Here's what it
Older
is.
guys go out and date because to a younger girl,
It has
anything
nothing to do
over
with age.
30. Let me finish. Over 30 is old. They will
Defend
not
her
date
whorism.
you if you don't make money. I can guarantee you that. I was young
Well,
before.
that's
I dated a
that's a
very
given.
wealthy man, and you could call me a hoe every day of the week because I don't give a shit. I
Well, I
laughed all
have
the way
been
to
for
the
a long
bank and enjoyed that money.
But Carol,
So there it is.
We're not bringing
Yeah,
it personal.
It is what
No,
it is.
I'm making it personal because
Okay.
I don't look at her like that. She married a rich man. Big deal. I get.
Yeah,
it's
because
like when
you've
they
done it,
went
so
and
you don't
shoved her
want to. You don't
books
want
the other
to.
day.
It's
That
like
was
looking in the
wrong.
mirror and you don't like
wait a
it.
minute.
so
Why
you
do
don't
you
wanna
feel sorry
own
for
that.
her though?
I feel sorry that she has to sleep with that creep, and she has to wake
She can
up
divorce
to
him
that.
tomorrow.
I don't
She-
think
why don't
so.
she divorce
Not
him?
with him being president. She can't. It
You
ain't
can't.
that
she
easy.
can't.
There's no law that says you can't divorce
Yeah, but
somebody
there's
because
a
they're
lot of things
an
that can
elected
happen
office.
to you when you walk away from something like that right
well,
now.
like I said,
Okay.
I don't feel sorry for
I
her.
feel sorry for her, and I'll tell anybody that. I feel
I don't
sorry
feel a bit damn
the
sorry
other day
for her.
when she
Me either.
tried to donate some books. That was wrong. That was very wrong not to take those books for
They
kids.
got Dr.
Well.
Seuss already.
Yeah, they already had it. We don't have any use for this.
You know what? I
Thank
wasn't
you.
the only one. There were a whole
Yeah,
lot of people
well,
that are
yeah.
Democrats that felt
The
bad
way
that
Carol
they
talking,
just
she
shouldn't
about to
have
be
did that.
back on that plane again here. Direct.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be on that plane.
Come on and take a free ride.
I just get tired of people calling the woman, but then you have these sluts that go out every night and screw a different man, but they're not called a hoe because
Well,
they're not getting.
who
you know,
says
I
that?
don't
Called a
get that.
nymphomaniac if they're just doing it for
No,
sexual
I
pleasure.
have friends. They go out on a weekend and pick up a guy,
Okay.
and that same person had the nerve to say to me, "Well, I go, why am that? Because I was with a rich guy."
No, now listen. You
And
can
I
do
had to laugh
anything
because
you
that
want to
same
do.
person goes
You
out
are
every
confusing-
weekend and picks up a different man
Okay.
and screws him.
That's
so
a
I
hoe.
have more
You're-
respect for a woman that's going to make some money.
Well, okay, you can.
You're
you-
confusing
That's a whore.
whores.
I don't
Yeah.
care what you
Confused-
call her. I
she's
guess I'm a
she's
whore.
she's a businesswoman.
I ain't going
and
to date no poor man.
She,
You're
see,
confusing whores
but-
with gold diggers.
Yeah,
Right.
whatever
That's
you
right.
want
And
to
he-
call it.
And here's the
I
difference.
see it every day at the beach. I see young guys with these old women. What do they call them? Are they called
Mail
gold
order bride.
diggers?
She's a Russian mail order bride. She
Listen.
came here and she
Okay.
found a wealthy man to move her here and take care of her. So the trade off is you have to sleep with this
Hey,
fat
more
orange
power
thing,
to her.
and that's a decision she made.
yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if she's not
I
fucking
don't feel
some
sorry
young
for
boy
her
on the
that
side.
way. I feel bad that she gets the blunt of all his bullshit.
Well, again, though,
You can
she,
tell
She's
that
guilty
woman
by
ain't
association.
happy.
But
She
listen,
signed up for that.
Carol.
She,
Yeah,
she
that's right.
didn't know he was going to run for president,
Well,
become president.
Shit, he's been
She-
talking about it for 20 years. If she
I don't know how
Google
he
his
got
name,
in
she
there.
could
I
see
really
it.
don't.
Well, nobody does.
But maybe next time the 46% of people of color that didn't vote will have their asses voting.
Well, that's a good point, Carol.
It don't matter if
Agree.
they hack the voting machines like
Oh,
they've already
exactly.
proven. The
Or how
Department
about-
of Justice has
or
already
how
said
about
that in
this?
10 states it's been tampered with.
Yeah.
How about
So he
the
didn't
7
win.
The 7 million that they purged from the voting rolls was cross.
I have friends that
That's
tell
right.
me they're not going to vote next time. I go,
Well,
then
that's
you're just
encouragement.
asking for the same
they're
stuff.
foolish.
Yeah.
They're foolish.
Why vote if it can be hacked? We already, unless they go back
Yeah.
to paper ballots, I'm not voting either.
Well, don't do that.
I'm done. You
No,
motherfuckers
come
talked me
on,
into
come
that
on.
shit this last time and
Well,
got me
and
engaged.
I'm
And
gonna
I
keep-
fucked around and drank
I'ma
that
keep-
Kool-Aid.
I'ma keep
Unless they
talking
go
to
back
you.
to paper ballots with fingerprints, I ain't fooling with it.
Well, that's still there's no guarantee that's.
You
gonna
have-
Well,
be
then you
legit.
can do a recount then, because you can't hack a piece of paper.
Well, we know all the virtues of paper ballots. We know the pluses of paper ballots.
Right.
What you all are espousing is just total capitulation to the confusion that's been wrought. Just like Russia is still pushing the racial issue through this country, through Facebook and through Twitter. These accounts that you see with the fake news or Russia.
But do you think the voting machines, the computers
Yes.
were hacked?
I don't think the voting machines were hacked. I think the voting rolls were hacked. And the
No,
voting-
but now
Yeah,
the
but
Department of
didn't-
Justice
didn't he
came out
win
and
by
said
the
that in 10
electoral
states
votes?
the computers were tampered with.
Lee, didn't
They
he win
said
by
that.
the electoral votes?
but Apollo,
he didn't
what
get
I
the
am saying
popular
is,
vote.
Right.
what
he
I'm
did not win the
saying
pop-
is,
Yeah,
they
so
went into the voting
did they hack
rolls,
the electoral
and they
people?
didn't have to do anything but change.
But why
bit
would the
here, a
Department of
bit there.
Justice now say that in 10 states the computers were
Department-
tampered with?
Whose Department of Justice are we talking about? Jeff
The United
Sessions?
States Department of Justice.
Jeff Sessions, United States Department of Justice. He won't even defend the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act. He won't even bring charges against the people who came up with the cross.
Well, he'll be the next one to go anyway.
So
He ain't going
he ain't
nowhere.
going nowhere. No.
He ain't
He'll
going
be. I
nowhere.
guarantee you, he'll be gone in less than 60 days.
What are you basing
I'll
that
bet you
on?
2 cheeseburgers. I'll have them hand delivered to your house.
Are they going to be fat
Yeah.
burgers?
Fat
Whatever he
burger.
wants. I'll have a
That's-
butt-naked, bow-legged Puerto Rican brick house bring him to him.
I'll take the latter. Damn the cheeseburger.
You just described Carol.
The Department of Homeland Security said that in 21 states that the
Have you
election
seen pictures of
said
her?
that. Let's see.
She
The
does
Department
look
of
like
Homeland
Puerto
Security
Rican.
said that
Right.
the Russian government hacked voter registration files and public election sites in 21 states.
Apollo, did you see
What?
where they told Wisconsin that they were one of the states on Friday, and then they came back Monday and told them, "Oh no, you weren't."
But if we had paper ballots that we could sit down and recount by hand,
Nobody's
you can't hack
arguing that.
paper.
What? Hold up.
Nobody's
Hold up.
arguing that. That's
All right.
not.
Yes. So I
Okay,
mean, what I'm
listen.
saying is, it is possible that the winner of this last election is writing books now, and the loser is acting as president.
Well, that is very true. But let me ask you this:
It probably
hold
is
up,
true.
guys. Hold up, and let me ask this question: when you go to vote, you put your ballot into the little computer thing, and it scans it in. At least all of the places that I've been in. Some other places may not have that
We
type
have
of
all
technology.
computers here.
Yeah.
Well, y'all take yeah.
Okay, so then when you finish, they give you a little stub that says you voted, right? And on that
Right,
stub, there's
right.
a number.
Right.
All right. What if 10 million people, 20 million, everybody go back to your place where you voted, not to the necessarily place, but ask for validation that your vote was actually counted.
And that's great, but it's not the actual ballot; it's the mainframes. When
but-
every polling station reports to the mainframe to the district, that's
Yeah.
where you hack it.
Okay.
So it
But then the output of that particular polling place goes to the mainframe where everything is tabulated and
Right.
reported to whoever needs to see it. So if through that process you want validation, they have to be able to go into that system and make sure that your number was actually counted.
But they can't
Bullshit.
because
they
there's
can't.
no
They have to.
backup to it. The machines have no backup.
They
And
have
that's
to.
what makes it so nefarious.
Then the
That's what
whole
makes it so
system
nefarious.
is not valid.
Exactly.
If they
Exactly.
can,
And
if
then
you
we-
go to them with your stub and they can't show you, print out that your vote was actually counted, then the system is wrong. It's rigged, or it can be rigged. Because if there's no validation, it's just like you go pay a damn bill. When you write your check or give them your debit or credit card, you get back a confirmation number, and it's deducted from your bank account. That is all you need to know, right? So the same thing with the voting process. There's got to be some kind of way of validating that your vote was actually counted. I
is a
had
way.
to do a provisional ballot, okay, because these jackasses keep saying that I want to vote by mail. I don't. I've told them in the last 2 elections, I'm not voting by mail. Okay, we'll change that in the system. I've gone online and changed it, and they still send me a freaking ballot to vote by mail. Now, if I don't bring that ballot with me to my polling place and render that ballot, you can't vote other than on a provisional ballot. Now, I'm in the state of California, a true blue state. And this bullshit is happening. Okay? I didn't ask for voting by ballot. By mail. I don't want to do that because I don't trust the system. I at least want to go to the polling place, do my voting, and hand them over my little punch card or whatever it is, and they scanned it into the machine. At least I know it went that far. Now, what happened after that? I don't know. So I got a letter in the mail a few weeks after the election saying my provisional ballot was counted. But I'm still not sure because I have no real validation. I have to take their word. So until you as an individual are comfortable with, okay, my vote counted. If there's 15,000 people in your polling precinct that voted, they should be able to show each one of those 15,000 votes which way it went. At the end of the day, 15,000 in, 15,000 out. 7,200 went this way, 500 went this way, 4,000 went this way. At the end of the day, it's got to come to 15,000 votes. Where did they go? Who did they vote for? So in the final tally, there has to be a trail back to your ballot. That's what I'm saying. If their system doesn't do that, then no, I can't trust it.
Well, I don't trust it. I haven't trusted it,
Well, that's all we got. We got to go with what it is until we can.
That's like
change
I got
it.
a child molester babysitting my kids. That's all
Well,
we
that's
can
different.
afford. So we just got to let it happen.
That's different.
No, it's the
That's
same thing.
different. See, it goes back to, when you have a choice in life, and whatever choice you make, you have to live with it. So going back to Trump's wife, she made a choice to marry this man. We don't know whether she is happy or not happy. We can only assume.
You can tell she's not happy. She don't even live with the motherfucker. They in a damn different location.
But again, she made that choice. She has
Yeah,
to
for
sleep in
money.
that bed.
A lot of pretty Russian women come here and sacrifice their core beliefs, values, and body for financial gain.
It
She's not
isn't
the
just
first one that's
Russian
done
women.
it.
You
Yeah,
have
they-
American women that do the same thing.
Well, that's true.
I
And
know,
there's
but I'm
women that
saying
come
you have specifically there are agencies that fly wealthy men to Russia in a room full of attractive women so that they can pick out one that they marry and bring back.
Yeah.
And the women
Makes
do
them
it.
citizens.
It's been going on for years.
Yeah.
And you have to have wealth and money to do it. And you go over there and you get to interview and talk to all these pretty women who otherwise are not physically attracted to you, emotionally, physically, or anything else. But it's a way out of that country. And
So-
they do it all the time.
and they will even pay you to marry them so
Right.
they can become a citizen. Now, let me ask you this.
Well,
Am-
even
am-
the men do that.
Yeah, well, let me ask each one of you.
I'm not saying the men are any better than the women. The wealthy men are over there. It's
Well, a lot of
basically
people
emotional
do it
rape.
to be able to live in this country.
Well, let me go around the round table here with all of the cast of characters. And I'll start with Chris because he's been quiet. He's back there smoking his peace pipe. Chris?
Does Chris smoke?
How'd you know?
Peace pipe blunt.
Chris?
No, a nice stogie.
All right, Chris, the question
Yes.
is, if a woman was willing to pay you to marry her, a foreign woman, so that she can become a citizen of the United States, what's your price? Or is there a price? Would you do it?
I wouldn't do it because I have bad karma. And whatever happens to me comes back to me tenfold. I can't take that.
Okay. So under
can't
no conditions, no amount of money, if she says, I'll
Hell
give
no.
you $500,000
I never
to
had
marry
it. I can't
me,
miss it.
and you don't have to sleep with me, we may have to go out in public a few times, and $500,000, Chris Bass.
see,
I'll put the cash in your account.
See, knowing my look, she would
I'll give you
drain my
cash.
Don't put it in
blood.
your account.
Come on, Carol, don't mess
Hide
up
it
the
in
wet
your
dream.
house.
Damn. Okay, I'll give you $500,000 cash you can put under your bed. No one will know, ever. I just want
No.
my citizenship. And you can
And that
help
sounds
me.
great. And 500K is a great number. But like I said before, even small amounts in my life, it's come back to bite me in the ass tenfold. I
Okay.
can't do it. Now, it sounds good, but hell no.
Okay. All right, forget you. We'll delete you from the list.
Go right ahead.
All right. Apollo. Would you do it, first of all?
Is it illegal?
Of course it is. But would
I
you
got
do
a
it?
friend of mine that's done it 3 times. He's dead now, but he's married 3 women and extorted money out of them once they got here because he had to go to New York or D.C. a couple times a year to show up and prove that they were still together.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, absolutely not. Because, first of all, it could put you in prison. Second of all, it's, now, would I marry somebody from another country if I fell in love with them? Or, I don't know. How would I fall in love with somebody who I haven't had enough time to be around anyway? You can't just go somewhere and fall
she
in
can
love.
come here on, a visa and y'all date. And
Yeah, maybe. Would I marry
Do the-
somebody from,
do the wild
I
thing?
don't know.
The mattress mambo.
I've often even thought, just to spite Trump, one of these DACA women, I've thought about going out here and just finding one and say, hey, marry me just so I can get you here, just to do my contribution
Right.
to keeping them here, Would I marry somebody who's here under DACA to prevent them from going back to Mexico if they've been here 20 years and they're in school and a paralegal or a school teacher and now they're going to be deported? You goddamn right I would.
So they wouldn't have to pay.
I would marry them to salvage their ability to stay here
Okay.
and not even expect them to have sex with me. I would do it as my contribution to what's right.
To help someone.
Absolutely.
Okay.
A complete stranger.
All right. Alpha.
You would ask me. You would.
As long as that bitch can grill some cheeseburgers, that's all he care about.
Thank you. Let me.
Yeah,
This is one
bad.
thing you all are missing about this entire conversation. There's a difference between a whore and a gold digger. Okay.
But wait a
whore
minute.
give you-
Wait a minute. No. We know that. But let's stick to the topic here.
Okay, here's
if a
the
woman,
topic.
a foreign woman, wanted to pay you to marry her so that she can become a citizen of the United States, that's the cutting through the chase. Would you do that?
And I'd hold it in my mouth till the swelling go down. Damn right.
And what's your price? What would that have to be?
What price did
The
you
minimum.
get, Chris? 500,000? I'll take it.
Okay, well,
I'll take
I put that price up high because I saw Chris
Is it
kinda-
illegal? Damn right it's illegal. Let's roll the dice. Let's push the envelope.
Okay. Carol, I left you last because I know it's going to be a wow response. There's a guy, a foreigner, approached you and said, Carol,
Oh,
would you
Jesus, I
please
see
marry
this
me so
coming.
I can be a United States citizen and I'm willing to pay you? First of all, would you entertain the idea? Would you do it? Would you be willing to do it, Carol? Come on, don't think too
As
long.
long as I don't have to sleep with them.
Okay. And what is your price?
Jesus, I told you I saw this coming.
Yep. You can't touch
Well,
me.
aren't you offering me $500,000?
Oh, well, no. I mean, what is your minimum? I threw out the half just to make it juicy, but what's a minimum?
$500,000.
Probably $500,000. or
Half a
more.
million? Okay. All right.
I mean,
Well,
it's
there you go,
illegal,
folks.
but it happens every day of the week.
Of course it does.
The only thing is how is he taking these people now when they are in love with the person they've married, and he's taking these husbands and sending them, deporting them when the woman's an American citizen? At one time, you couldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't
Well,
quite
yeah,
understand
that's why he wants
what
to
he's
change the
doing there.
laws because he's just a racist, bigot, jackass. And he's a self-serving fool. He thinks he can do anything he wants to do for whatever reason. Doesn't have to have a reason for him to do it. He just wants to do
And
it. It's a powerful.
And if your man is in the Department of Justice, you can do what you want.
Yeah.
Nothing will happen.
That's true.
And that's where we are here. When we talk about the Department of Justice of the United States has been co-opted.
Right.
It's no longer standing for law and order.
Yep. So we had one that would do it for humanity reasons. That was Apollo. Alpha will say, yeah, damn Skippy, I'll do it and probably do it for less than $500,000. And Chris said, no amount of money would he do it? And Carol, Carol, you said yes, but he can't. You don't want to sleep
I
with
said
him.
as long as I don't
No
have
sex.
to sleep with him.
Right, no sex.
Yeah.
No sex at all.
Nope.
Okay.
And he's got to sign some kind of agreement because
Of course.
I wouldn't
yeah.
want him to think down the road if something happened to me, he can step in.
Yeah. We have a caller on the line. Hello, welcome to the Lee Michaels Show. I guess that was one of those bill collectors, one of those telemarketing. I love those guys. They have a little fun with them.
You know what I do? I pretend I'm a manicurist. I do the whole
Why?
act with them. And then they slam the phone in my ear.
Right? Well, I usually either just cut through the chase and say, no, I'm not interested. Please remove me from your list. And then I block them on my phone. Or I'll play with them and act as if I'm really interested in the bovine that they're trying to sell me. And then try to strike a deal. So, well, for $19.99, we can send you this nice kit. Blah, 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 blah. I said, oh, can I get it for $14.99? And they usually freeze up because that ain't in the script. See? They can't respond. Oh, no, I don't think I can discount it. Well, I'd buy it right now for $14.99, not $19.99. Or they give you, the one I really love is they call and say, we'll give you a free, what do they call them? The video system.
Or a free trip.
No, I don't even play with them anymore. But this is one of a new alarm system in your home for free. And all we need to do is put a sign in your yard. And I would say, son, it sounds like a really good deal. You mean I don't have to spend any money and I can get you a whole, security system for free? That's right. All we need is to be able to put a sign in your yard. Son, I live on the 32nd floor in a high rise. I don't have a yard. Where are you going to put the sign? And they go, oh. And they hang up. See, so when they call with that one, tell them you live on the 32nd floor of the high rise facing the ocean. So you don't have a yard. Well, you can come in and put it on my balcony, right there on the fence, on the wall. Will that qualify? No, I don't think so. Okay, I'm sorry, Sonny. I play the old man game on them. I'm going to start recording those things and bring them in and play them over the air. Some of them are pretty funny. Are you the business owner? They start, are you the business owner? Son, this is I live here. This is not a business. What are you selling? Oh, I'm sorry. And they hang up. You got to have the get out of here comeback for them.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll cut right through the chase. Or just hang up. But if you hang up, they're still going to call you back. So that's not a good solution. You want to get off the list and then block them because, sometimes they don't pay attention. Yeah.
I got 72 numbers blocked. I get up to 100.
Oh, your cell phone?
On my landline. in
Oh,
my
okay.
house.
Oh, okay. See, I don't
Just don't
even
give
use
out my cell
landlines
phone.
anymore. I haven't
Just
had
don't give out my
landline in
cell.
years.
Well, I have to have a landline for my DirecTV if I want to order, on demand or pay-per-view, something like that.
Really?
All you have to do is click select on the remote control and it's bought.
Interesting.
So,
Yeah, those bill collectors too trying to sneak stuff. I at one point I got to the point where I will become an anti that I created. And in fact, still go along with it. It's funny, like, hello, yes, I speak to Mr. Bays. No, he's not here right now. This is his auntie. Oh, okay. His voice don't work there. I'll take a message. Yes. Adam, Vincent Cole.
Chris, your audio is getting real broken up here. I don't know what the hell this problem is. I put you on a new computer, and they all have been breaking up today, but yours is like really bad right now. And that's a good little joke you're doing, but we can't understand it.
I'll stop the joking. Forget it.
You're joking and then choking over here. Carol's been choking all day. You joking and she's choking.
That's
Joking and choking. Yeah, I'm gonna send that over to Chance the Rapper, and he'll come up with some bovine for that one. I'm just joking and choking. Yeah,
What is it about him you don't like?
I don't think he's that talented.
Well, half the artists out there aren't that talented.
Well,
you
there you
think
go.
Rihanna is? She didn't sing that last
Oh,
song
I
with
didn't say
Eminem.
she was.
That wasn't her. That's BB Rex that's singing that, and
Oh,
she
really?
wrote it. Yes, it is. So what makes him talented? I think
It's
kids
all right, I
like him.
guess. They're
He's probably one of
obviously-
the most famous rappers with young people.
Obviously, but I'm just giving my opinion. I don't think he's
No,
that
I
talented.
understand, but most old people like us don't like rappers.
No, I do like some rappers. I think there's some talented people out there, people that I appreciate, but I'm just not a fan. That's all.
Didn't he put money into the Chicago schools?
He probably did. He's that kind of guy. He comes from a wealthy family.
Who lives in Chicago, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
Am I on?
And Alpha. Yeah. Yeah.
Chris, didn't he put money into your schools recently when Trump was taking away stuff?
Am I still choppy with the deal?
Yeah, you're still choppy, but we can hear you. It's just broken.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he did. He made contributions to the Chicago school system.
That's Alpha doing something.
Yeah, I put Alpha on
I
mute.
think he rang the bell to get some food.
Yeah, that was Uber man bringing him some Uber Eats.
Yeah, so he did donate money.
Well, that's good. He's got a good heart. I'm not taking anything away from that. I'm just, when I listen to his raps, it's just like, to me, the songs that I've listened to, and I can't tell you the name of them off the top of my head, I just wasn't impressed. It's like, really? People are excited about this? Okay. And I look at, the number of plays or views on YouTube, and it's thousands and thousands
Well,
of
they
plays.
have a new rap, though. What do they call that? They can't really sing or rap. They use like some kind of weird thing.
It's called No Talent.
No, it's not called No Talent. The kids go crazy over it. And it's not talent. You're right. It isn't No Talent. I don't know what it's called. There's a name for it. All the little kids
Yeah,
know.
you mentioned that to me before. Is it they're singing through like the voice recorder?
They're doing something
recorder?
that these kids like. You can't really even understand it, but the kids like it.
Yeah. Is that what's her name? Gomez? Is she using that technique?
No, Gomez just, they do that stuff where they make it sound like she can sing. This is
Yeah,
a
a lot of
new
sampling.
thing they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's, I'm trying to think of a group that's doing it. I think these three brothers do it. The rappers are all getting mad because they're not rappers, but whatever they're doing, the kids like.
Mm-hmm.
They do it through some kind of recorder or something they're doing.
Yeah. Is it the sound that sounds like Roger Zapp?
I don't know. I haven't really heard it. I just heard that it's
what
very
they-
popular.
Chris, do you know anything about that?
No, I don't. No, I've heard of it, but I don't know what the technology or term that they're using it for. I have no idea.
I'm gonna reboot the connection here, see if I can clear you up. Maybe you should do the same on your end.
I
We'll
will
do
it
a
right
double
now.
down. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm not sure what that. You had mentioned that to us before, and I think it's some kind of technical.
It's very
technique.
popular with
Yeah.
young people, but it won't last long.
Everything is trends and fads. They come and go. But I think it's that. I think it's called voice recorder or something. It sounds like they're singing through a tube, and they're probably doing that with a rap kind of feel to it. Okay, that's Alpha. Alpha's back. Alpha, can you hear me?
What happened to Apollo?
He dropped out. Probably got a phone call. He's confirming that appointment he has with the massage therapist. Okay, Chris, you're back.
Okay, how is it? How is it?
It
Still the same?
It's better. It's better. It's more better.
I wonder what's going on, man.
I don't know. But it's not just on you. It was on everybody. Others are not quite as bad.
Mm-hmm.
How far away are you from your router?
Not far at all.
Can you see it?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I don't think it's on your end. It may be on my end because everybody's having that issue. You hear me okay?
Yes.
Clear as a bell?
Yeah, man.
So maybe
But
it's
you're
on,
right. Earlier, when all of us was on, it got kind of choppy on everybody's end at one point.
Yeah, it was choppy to you as well?
Yes, it was.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe I have to trade it all in for a new model. A new model. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, man.
So
Okay, they're called Migos, these guys.
who's?
Migos. Whatever they
The three
do.
amigos?
They're brothers.
Migos.
I'm trying to see if I can find something listening to them.
Yeah, let's hear what they got going on there.
They're very
Be
popular.
careful.
That's
Facebook
what's-
jail. Be careful.
Yeah, they'll give us a shot across the bow before they take us off. So we'll push the envelope here a little bit, and Carol can play it from her.
No, I'm
cell
just
phone.
trying to see what.
Yeah, I want to hear it. I really do. I'm interested.
They're
in
an American hip hop trio from Lawrenceville, Georgia, but they've been out since 2009.
Okay.
There's a name for the way they rap, and people are very angry. Rappers are.
Well, they always get uptight about stuff. You know, they criticize, rappers like MC Hammer and others that they say they weren't gangster, they weren't
I
hard
liked
enough.
MC Hammer.
Me too.
I'm trying to hear what they sound like.
Put it up to the mic so we can hear it.
1 minute, I might not have the right people. Yeah, see, they got something on it.
Put it up to the mic. It's a weak track.
See, they have an echo thing or something. Listen. Too much cussing.
Yeah, they got some effect on the voice.
I'm just telling you right now, whatever they're doing, all the younger people they go right with them when they're doing it. They're very popular. But then I heard when they were at the festival, people got a little angry with them.
Yeah, why? Because of the language?
No, they didn't perform at time. They came late. They started late. And, sometimes people think when they start to blow up, they can do whatever. But it doesn't work like that.
I agree. I pay my hard-earned money to come see you perform. Be on time, damn it, and give me the best performance you can. That's what I come to hear and see.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Things change. There's things we liked when we were younger, and when we talk about how the kids dance, I can remember dances I did that were pretty nasty.
Like what?
When you get all up on the guy's leg and you're grinding.
But then you have to touch.
Yeah,
right.
do you remember people used to grind to get on that leg and just a lot of things. So
You used
it's
to-
really no different. It just goes in a circle.
You used to grind with guys?
Sure, it was a dance. I used to do the lambada, and that was pretty nasty. That's a Latin dance.
Yeah, I know what it is. Yeah, I used to do it also. Did you do the hustle? Did you hustle?
No, I don't think so.
Why not? That was popular during the 70s, the hustle.
I don't remember the hustle.
No?
Uh-uh.
Maybe it was bigger on the East Coast. You know, flimsy West Coast.
I used to be
y'all
more
don't, you know.
really into Latin music, salsa and that.
Yeah. Well, that's the hustle was, dance to a lot of the Latin rhythms. You didn't spend much time in New York City, did you?
I used to work in New York City every month.
Yeah.
I flew down there. So I spent quite a
Just
bit of time.
a
My
client?
family's from New York.
You were doing a hair client there?
I did a lot of clients there.
Yeah.
They used to fly me in. So I spent at least a week every month.
Oh, that's cool. Did you like New York? Would you live there?
No, I like it, but I don't want to live there.
Yeah.
And it's not because of the rats, because I'm getting where, I don't want a rat living in my house, but when I walk, I see rats all the time now. I see them climbing in garbage cans. And
Everywhere.
when I walk this path, they'll run across. And at one time I would have screamed and ran, but I just go, what the heck?
Yeah.
And I just
Well,
keep
they're
going.
not bothering
But
you.
I don't want them in my house.
Of course not. You used to date one.
I never dated a rat. I dated nice people.
That's what they're ex-rats now.
No, I never felt that way about
Oh, come on.
somebody I dated.
Oh, here we go.
Well, I'm being honest. I don't know how you are. That's your life. but
Oh, yeah. I've
I know my
dated
life.
some rats. Absolutely. Some hood rats.
I've stayed friends with people I've been with. I don't have no reason to dislike them because we didn't get along. It doesn't mean I have to hate or
I didn't
dislike
say I
them.
disliked them. I was just, describing them.
Well, I mean, you were describing what you go through.
Yeah, that's all I can speak from.
I must take
Absolutely.
leave from you all. The program has deteriorated into this.
Why are you? What?
Don't
You never
punk out
dated?
now.
You never dated?
What?
He must have. How many kids you got?
Hey, watch it.
That's right. He
You
had
did
kids,
something.
He had kids real young. I remember. now.
Real young.
Real young.
I remember.
I still only claim 3.
I don't think Chris is like that. Though. I hope not. He doesn't strike me to be.
Why do you think that?
Strike you to
Just
be
kind
what?
of talking to him and listening to him.
That's all fake.
Strike you to be what, Carol?
Two little
trying to
hoes like you and Lee.
Oh, Jesus. I'm a
damn.
hoe. I'm a hoe. Jesus, Carol, I got one wife, one baby mama. One.
How many kids you have?
3.
And you had the
12.
first one real young, huh?
12 grandchildren and 15 great-grandchildren.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you got a nice little kingdom there, bro.
First one was
Nice.
born in 67. I was a freshman in high school.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, from a selfish standpoint, I would love to have a grandson. I got 4 granddaughters.
Oh, you don't have no grandsons?
No, all girls. Who's calling?
Hey, it's Laura Rice.
Laura Rice is calling the Lee Michaels show. Would you
It's for
lo-
you, Chris.
would you lose your job or what? What is up?
No, I'm at work.
She might be on lunch
I don't know my
break.
cell phone.
Okay. well, welcome. I feel honored that you have the ability or the desire to call in on the show. Thank you.
Oh, good. Can harass you on air instead of off air, right?
Yeah. Oh God, y'all have no idea the abuse that I take from this crazy woman. She's crazy.
Who,
No, I'm
Laura?
not. No, I'm not.
Yep. Y'all just keep tuned to CNN. She will be making an appearance sooner or later. Yeah.
I'm sure. But you know what? I wanted to swing back to, or circle back to Chance the Rapper. That wasn't his money that he donated to the Chicago public schools. Actually, he got that money from Live Nation, part of it at least, and that money came from, Live Nation got it from the city of Chicago's TIF funds.
Oh,
Ah.
Yeah, so.
but I still like him.
What do you
Okay.
think of him? Do you like his rap?
I don't think of him.
No.
Nah.
Who's your
No, I'm
favorite
trying to-
rapper?
Oh, man, I'm old school. So it's got to be like KRS-One, Eric B. and Rakim, those guys.
Yeah, real rappers.
Real, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all had some talent. See, I appreciate
they do.
real talent. Gimmick singing, gimmick rapping, gimmick anything. Hype. Yeah, I'm not impressed because anybody
Yeah.
can do that. I mean, really,
Absolutely.
I could probably do it, and I got the talent of a flea. So I'm just being honest. I'm keeping it real.
Wow, I can't
I
believe
don't know about
Little
that, Lee.
Richard
You're
took his hair
multi-talented.
off.
Little Richard took his hair off.
I changed the subject. I'm sorry.
You got a hair up your nose or something?
Yeah, he took his hair off.
Let's see. He's bald.
Well, he wears hair pieces. He has for years. My friend did his hair.
Yeah. I always thought it was a wig.
No, it's a hair
Just
piece.
a piece.
It's a toupee.
Let me see that.
So how have you been, Laura?
I'm good. How are you, Carol?
I'm good. I've just had asthma really bad right now.
Oh, no. Is it very dry there?
We've had
Yeah.
really bad fires because Lee and I actually seen it start when we were coming back from somewhere, and it just
wow.
got really bad.
Mm,
So that's in the air, and then there's a lot of pollen. So I
that's
get
not
sick
good.
if I'm around any of that, and you can't help it sometimes because it comes into your house.
That's not good.
But I'm going to go to the doctor today and have him put me on a steroid to get it out of me.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, be careful with those steroids.
That's
No,
right.
I don't take them often. I don't even use my inhaler that often.
And they'll make you horny, too. You know that, right?
You know, I think you're disillusioned there because men, bodybuilders that take steroids,
Well, there's
Don't
some
get horny.
bodybuilders. Sure they do.
no, I used to have a bunch of female
Why do-
clients
why do you-
that did steroids, and it did take their sex drive away.
Yeah.
But they were
Let's ask
shooting
Chris
them.
about that. He knows about bodybuilding and steroids.
Who?
Chris?
Yeah, Chris.
What
Chris
the hell
used
do you
to be
know
a
about
roid head.
bodybuilding?
No, you see,
Come on,
now,
Chris.
see, this is this. I'm glad she's. Look, here's the thing.
What
I
the
didn't
hell
say
do
not
you
one
know
word.
about bodybuilding?
No, hold on. Let's back up a
Well,
second.
he used to do
I'm sitting here
martial
minding
arts.
my own business. I didn't say not one word.
Yeah.
Not
Here you
one
go.
word
Here you go.
when she gets on the phone. And this is the things I get. You know, it's always that. See, here's the thing about Laura. I'm
Wait a
going
minute.
to
He's
bust
breaking
her
up
out.
again, Chris. You're breaking up. You're breaking up. Hang up on him.
Yeah, I'm going
Hang
to break
on
you
him.
up. Anyway,
You wish.
this is what happens with Laura. I met her family when she had a little, apartment house going thing. And she's the product of her environment.
Warming.
Yeah, that's whatever it was. Well, okay, shut up. My point was, when I met her
What?
family and I met her brother, I'm like, okay, they all talk shit. So it's not just her; it's her environment. So
the whole
I
family.
had to exactly. So now I get it.
My
It's
younger
still
brother.
crap, but I was like, okay, that's the environment you come from. You can't help the way you are.
So it's a
You can't
bunch of
blame
shit
this-
talking rice heads.
Exactly right.
Oh man.
Yes.
Chris,
Yeah.
really?
No,
You're
no,
just a
really.
hater.
No,
You're
I don't
just a
hate.
hater.
No, I don't
You're a
hate.
hater.
I observe, and I get where you come from now. So now I get it.
I now
yet
pronounce
you
you
cuss
man
at
and
me.
wife.
No, we do
No,
not.
no.
Yeah, y'all sound
No,
like
pronounce
Let me
herself.
see it.
No, pronounce
We
yourself.
could do a
Not
double ring marriage
pronounce
there,
yourself
you and
dirty
Carol,
and right.
Me and Chris.
I
So
now
that's-
pronounce
if
you
and
man
Carol
and
get
wife. You can now kiss the bride.
Okay.
Oh, Mary
Go ahead,
made a
Lee.
lead
Kiss
now,
Carol.
please.
Well,
Carol.
he's gonna hook me up with Chris. I gotta hook you up with.
I'm not
Carol.
trying to
No,
hook you
no,
up
no,
with
no,
Chris.
no. Wait a minute. What are you eating over there?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm eating a salad.
What's in it?
I don't even want to tell you.
Yeah,
I don't want to waste
It
it.
smells
so.
kind of like it's kind of foul.
Kind of funky.
Like
funky.
It's all vegetables,
Like
you
Chris?
guys. And it's
Oh,
got
no, it's-
cranberries in it.
You got something. Is there
and
some fish
and
in it?
egg whites, no fish.
Smells fishy to me.
whites?
Why would I put fish in a salad?
There's fish salads, of course.
That sounds terrible.
Tuna? You never had a tuna salad?
I like tuna salad, but it's
Okay.
not tuna, and tuna has a lot of cholesterol, I believe. I know shrimp does.
Yeah. Most seafood have little, especially the shellfish. But I
So, Chris and
I
Laura,
eat it.
you've known each other for years, huh?
Absolutely.
I seen your housewarming. That was last year, this year, basically, huh? When
no,
you moved?
I don't think so. I didn't put any pictures up online.
Well, I thought you put something on. You were having a housewarming. I didn't know Chris was at it.
now that wasn't a housewarming. That
yeah.
was a pole dancing. She does pole
No, it
That
dancing.
was not
wasn't.
pole
She
dancing.
was. You had moved, right?
No, she does pole dancing. And what's that other dance? That little nasty dance you do?
Twerking.
It's called Kizomba,
Yeah, that too.
He's on bar.
but it's
What
nothing
is
like
that?
pole dancing. It's a social dance. It's a South African social dance, and what the Europeans have done, they've really sexualized it because it's actually a dance of celebration that people do with their families,
Yeah,
their
yeah,
friends.
How do you spell that?
Perverts.
How do you spell that?
Kizomba.
Oh, it came right up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
but be careful because if it looks really sexy, it's not the traditional dance.
Oh, whatever.
My son used to do it when he was with Debbie Allen. He did African dance, all those dances.
The
I
night,
used to love
the
watching
night I
that.
saw you doing it, that was pretty sexual. I was embarrassed.
Where was she doing
What
it
night
at?
did you see me do anything?
And then when I was in Chicago and you introduced me to your trainer, you were out there bumping and grinding.
Lee, the
Mhm.
last time you were in Chicago, was 20 years ago before I
Well,
started.
I
doing
can
the
still
dance.
remember it. It don't matter how long ago it was, and it might
Well,
be
I didn't
another
live in
20
Chicago
years.
20 years ago.
Okay, it might be
I was in
another
New
20
York.
years before I come back to that cold mofo.
You got that right. And you said she was
Hey,
bumping
it's
and
83
grinding?
degrees today,
Oh
though.
man, she was all over this guy. I was damn man, she's gonna break his back.
All right. Well, that happens.
We all broke down. She worked up a little sweat and everything.
Oh,
I said,
Wow.
Says time to go now.
You got a fertile
It's time to
imagination.
go now.
You know that?
Yeah, it is time to go now.
I don't even want to be a witness to this mess. Oh my goodness, it was wild.
And you live to tell the tale.
But yeah, she was having fun though. It looked like it was
Well, it's obvious
fun.
you liked it because you sure haven't forgot about it.
Well, it was unforgettable. That's what it was.
Nice.
I think you're in the
Must be
closet
about
for
that
big
time.
girls.
I'm in the closet for big girls. I like big girls.
Yeah,
I got no
you're
problem with
under-
a big woman.
Undercover big girl love. I think that's what you are.
I was not a fan of the Joe Tech song, I Ain't Gonna Bump No More with the Big Fat Woman.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'll bump her.
Get that red
remember
ball
that when
gag
we
and
come
that duct tape.
That's right. And it's on. It's big fun up in there.
It's Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Well,
she
it's-
came on, so they left me alone.
Anytime, Carol.
Thank you.
The big girls need loving too. So we got to spread it
Yes,
around.
they do. You got to spread it out and, get all every inch.
Really, Chris? Really?
Oh, it's a
Well, I
lot.
got
It's like
so many
kneading
lines
dough.
on this one, I'm going to leave it alone.
No, it's like kneading dough. You don't want to get a hand cramp.
All right, folks.
Ain't
thank
nothing
you.
wrong with
Get a
that.
hand cramp doing something else. Chris.
Would you guys like to continue this conversation off air? I can, hook it
Sure.
up so you guys can
No,
keep talking.
no.
The after show.
Yeah, right. Behind the scenes. Backstage with Alpho, Carol, Laura Rice, and others. If you'd like to join in, just hang right there. Don't move.
Yeah, thank you. I'm others.
And others, yeah. And Chris
And
Bass.
others.
Chris Bass will be host of this madness. I'm out.
Yo.
See y'all tomorrow, maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. If it's not me, it's him. So have a good day. Be safe and be kind and be generous. Give to the United Negro College or something. Know where your money is going for sure. All right, folks, I'm out. I'm tired of this foolishness. I'm turning off my mic right now.